Down one. Down another one. Got him. Let's go. Oh! I downed one!
He keeps hitting him.
I downed one! I finished him? That thing's so fast. Oh my god! Oh! What's going on, guys? My name is ShaneSki, and today I'm going to be showing you to what I believe the best HDR class setup for Warzone. And if you want to start hitting clips like the ones that you've just seen, I suggest you stick around and copy my loadout. Now, getting right into it, this isn't actually the class that I'm using. I'm just going to go over what attachments I have on the HDR, and then I'll show you some of my classes that I use with this gun. So getting right into it, on the muzzle we have the monolithic suppressor. For the barrel we have the 26.9 HDR Pro. For the optic we have the thermal dual power scope. Stock we have the FTAC Champion, and then finally we have a 9-round mag for the ammunition. Now, this class does not focus on aim down sight speed like a lot of other class setups would focus on for multiplayer. In Warzone, you're not going to be running around quick scope people. It's just not going to happen. If you think you can do it, go ahead and try it, and I guarantee you will die. Unless you're just some crazy player, it's not going to happen. So we're really just focusing on getting as much damage as possible and hitting as many shots as possible. Now, if you do not like the thermal, because I know some people don't, I would suggest throwing on the variable zoom scope. It still has the same magnification as the dual power, or really close to it. So that's what I would use if I weren't using the thermal. And just going through each attachments individually, this is just to keep your gun and your shots off the minimap, because in Warzone you don't want to be detected basically. You want to stay as stealthy as possible. And plus, the suppressor doesn't take off any damage like some of the other suppressors actually do. The barrel just increases the bullet velocity along with damage and recoil, so you don't have to worry about leading as many shots as you would before. If you don't know, in Warzone you have to lead your shots a little bit to get them to hit, and this just helps minimize the amount that you have to do that with. And then, like I said, the optic, this is just my preference. I like being able to zoom in a little extra, and plus the thermal makes it a little bit easier for you to see enemies at a distance, in my opinion. But if you're not a fan of it, like I said, head over and throw on the zoom scope, just what I would do. Stock, this is just helping with the aim stability, and if you're walking while scoping at somebody, it's a little bit more steady. These ones just focus on aim down sight speed, which there's no point for that, because like I said, you're not running around quick scoping people, and especially not with the HDR, because even if you were to throw on all of those attachments to increase the aim down sight speed, this thing still is slow as ever. And then finally, I like to have extra rounds in the mag, because there's not many other things that you can throw on. You can throw on perks, I guess, if you don't like a 9-round mag, but it's always nice to have a little bit more shots in the thing in case you hit a guy and you think you can hit him again and down them. That's just my preference. Now, that's just the attachments on the HDR. Some of my classes are this. I have obviously my MP7 with the HDR. This is just a combo that I like to run. The perks that I use are cold-blooded to stay off of the thermal optics, overkill obviously to run 2 guns, and then tracker. I like being able to see if people have ran into buildings. That's just my preference. You can obviously change all this stuff up. Then I have my growl class, basically the same thing, just a different primary. Once again, Odin and HDR, it's basically all the same thing with the same exact loadout on my HDR, because this is what I believe to be the best class setup for it. Anyway, that's pretty much it for today's video. I highly suggest you use this class if you are trying to hit some crazy snipes in Warzone. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video and it helped you, I appreciate a like and subscribe. It helps me out a ton. Also, if you are subscribing, turn on that bell to never miss any of my future videos. I'm going to start uploading a lot more class setup videos on the channel, along with more gameplays and highlights and all that good stuff, so make sure to be ready for it. And yeah, that's it. My name is ShaneSki, and I'll see you in the next one.